Stranger Than Fiction DAW. Show you my DAWs round 2. So this will be the second half. You can watch the first half. Posted it probably a couple days ago. If you're a observant person, you might say, "Hey, you're just recording this one right after the other one," and you would be right because I did. So recording them together. I'm trying to avoid another like 1 hour long show. It's hard for me to know how long I'm going to talk about some of these and show them. And I'll be like, oh, it's probably a 10, 15 minute video. And then I get back and it's a 30-minute video or a 40-minute video. So I know some of you guys don't have the patience for that. So that being said, let me get into them because I have 3 or 4 stacks here that's going to take a little bit of time to properly show them off. So, and we'll get started. Ended at book 275 in the last one. This one starts at book 276. The Quest for the White Witch by Tanith Lee. That's a hard one to say without sounding goofy. Super clean, minty copy. Love the cover. Fits nice and snug in this one. I know some of my other bags here are getting all crinkled up. Being shoved on the shelf, trying to fit every last book I can in the space. So, Dying for Tomorrow, Moorcock number 282. Not one I see very often. In really nice condition. Another Bailey, Star Winds, doll number 294. Really nice cover and spine. The back has a little, I guess there is one hinge crease here on the front. But still, nice shaped book. Another Bailey. Pretty cool cover art there. The next Clayton, Ursud. Of course, Sexy Booty Girl. Gotta be there. Pretty good shape. Doll number 306. I need to stop saying doll number. Obviously, it's the doll. Yeah, right? So, you guys kind of got that? I'll just say the number. I'll try. Rituals of Infinity, also known as the Wrecks of Time, 307, Mr. Moorcock. I think we're going to be entering a lot of the Moorcocks and Taniths in these numbers here. And Vances. And it's also because I like to collect those authors. So, this is Vance, the Killing Machine. Looks like number 309, a big killer dog machine thing, I guess, or something. So my fingers are covering the book, covering the pretty art. Another World's End by Carter, number 310. And it's the Pirate of World's End. I've had this book a long time. And the reason why I know that is because it still has a Scotch tape sticker. And I've since moved to painter's tape stickers, or sorry, painter's tape adhesives on these bags, as then you'll see in this next one, or you've seen on all these, because those Scotch tapes are hard to take off without either leaving half of it on there or just ripping up the bag itself. So, but the painter's tape will peel on and off easily, so you can. It's like a reusable adhesive on these bags, and also painter's tape if it happens to get stuck on your book. So I've taken the books in and out of the bags, and if you have Scotch tape, if you're not careful, you can catch the Scotch tape on the cover. And some of these old covers, you get that Scotch tape on there, it's going to take some cover off with it. So I did that once, and I was like, oh no, not doing that again. And you just got to be, and you start handling a lot of books, it's easy to get a little careless, a little sloppy. But the painter's tape, if it gets on the book, I've never had it like rip off some of the book with it. So it'll peel off easier. So definitely safer. But here is another Ghoul art, the Wicked Cyborg. Pretty wicked looking art. It's a angry, goofy looking robot there. Doll. Oh, I did it. Number 311. And another Lee. So this is going to be like the Lee, Moorcock, Vance, Lee show. Always Carter because there's Carters. 313, Knight's Master. Not a minty one, but pretty good. Arthur H. Landis, Camelot in Orbit, number 315. I enjoy the art. I don't know if I'll like the book, but I enjoy the art. So that's why I have it. And it's in such nice shape. Another Lee Master. This is Death's Master, number 324. There's at least 2 versions of this cover, I'm pretty sure. This head on a eagle or whatever bird that is always cracks me up. This is a funny cover. Master of the Pit, or The Barbarian of Mars by Moorcock. DAW number 330. Also wrote as Edward P. Bradbury. As a pen name or pseudonym or whatever you want to call it. Not a pen name, right? I don't know. Hello Lemuria, Hello, number 331 by Goulart. Very minty shape. Interesting cover. This one has a little value, I think. Edited by Page and Reinhardt, number 334, Heroic Fantasy. And I've sold an extra one of these. Really nice shape. Vance, number 336, Space Opera with some monkey or gorilla or orangutans, actually, right? That's what they are. Playing the piano or trying to. It looks like it'd be like a Vonnegut cover. Oh, now we're going to get into some of the hard to pronounce Vance. And this one's kind of beat up. I need to get an upgrade to this one. City of the Chash. Planet Chai, Planet of Adventure 1, 339. I don't like that writing there it has, and it's got a little stand on the back. So I'm going to pull this one out as mark this as a 2 upgrade. Because sometimes when I look to see, I'll be at a store or whatnot, and I'll check if I have time. I'll check my inventory list of my collection and be like, oh, I already have that book. I don't need to buy it again. But I need to mark those I want to upgrade. And here's the second of that, Planet of Adventure 2. One of my favorite titles, Servants of the Wank, 342 by Jack Vance. This one is in nicer shape. This is the keeper. Clayton. Is it? She's a little more reserved than the booty girl in this one. This is Maeve. Maeve. I don't know. Pronouncing some of these. Hey, I need Planet of Adventure 3. I'm missing it. Because here's the Noom or the Noom. I need the Deer in DAW, so I need to be on the lookout for that. 351. Cool. I like that cover. The Time Dweller by Moorcock. And this is number 355. Love to collect Moorcocks. Not that impressive of a cover, but it's cool. It's just like a spaceship, generic spaceship. Journey to the Underground World, another Carter. Are you guys sick of seeing Carters yet? If not, I'm sorry, because there's probably more. 362. And we're back to Vance. Inferio, number 365. This is a better, cooler looking copy than what? I forgot which publisher it is, but we jokingly call it the Nipple Vance. Because it's some man with these big nipples on the cover, and it makes me laugh. So, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, right? Right? But whatnot, we call it Nipple Vance. And then you can't type that because it always gets flagged for censorship. Year's Best Fantasy Stories 5 edited by Carter, 370. This one's not minty, still not bad. I think I had 1 through 3. Maybe I'm missing 4. Maybe that's the one I need to find, I think. Vance, The 5 Gold Bands, number 374. Very 70s looking cover. I think this was an ace double, if I'm not mistaken. When it first was published. Alright, which stack is next? That was 374. So we go to 379. This is the sequel to the Barrett. This is All Day Air Across the Sea. Yeah, Across the Misty Sea. Sorry. Got it. You can't forget out the Misty. Or leave off the Misty. Alright, next. Another Lee. Very minty. 380. Sabella. I think this is like a vampire one. Hey, The Many Worlds of Magnus Ridolf. Not Rudolph, Ridolf. 381. Goofy kind of cover. And I told you it was going to be the Lee Vance Moorcock show. Oh, here's a... And then one that I've never seen before. This author or anything else. 386. Stephen Tall. The People Beyond the Wall. A modern lost race novel. I've had this for a long time because I have the Scotch tape still on it. That's a different bag. So, interesting. I don't know much about it. I've never seen another Stephen Tall book. Stephen Tall book besides this one. So, if any of you have read it or know about it, let me know. Languages of Pow. And this one's deceptive because I think, looking at the spines on the shelf, it looks like some better shape. But it's got some crap here. So, I need to mark this down as I want to upgrade this copy if I find one. Or, you know, I'm not saying I'm actively out, fine, I need a new language as a pal, but I need a way, some way to market, so if I do stumble across a nice one at a store or whatnot show, I don't just dismiss it, and I can say, hey, this will probably be an upgrade to the one I have. So, Carter, Xanthodon, $3.91. More of that same kind of style look to it. Pulpy, sexy girl with a buff dude. You know, the formula. Manning Norville, Crown of the Sword God. This is a Conan-esque, $3.90. Looks kind of Conan, Hercules, Greek kind of look. Or what's, you know, what's reminding me of what the Skeleton Warriors. You know what I'm thinking of. It's one of those old stop motion 70s, 80s movies for the Greek mythology stuff. And you guys will be like, yeah, idiot, it's that. I just can't think of the name. Clayton, Sexy Girl, Diadem novel, number 394, Star Hunters. Pretty nice shape. I wonder if these are good. I should try one. Carter, Lost Worlds. Pretty cool. You know, I'll show you. Here's the art. I'm going to pull it. I want to see who the artist is on this. Hopefully it'll say. Because it looks like it's on. I'm trying to see if there's any artist marking. Where do they show who the artists are? Anyway, I'll have to look it up. I thought DAW was usually good about giving artist credit. Oh, by Enric. My bad. It does do a good job of doing that. Hold on, the ad is falling out. So this is like a minty book. You guys get to see one without the bag. But I put them in bags so they stay minty. Taking books on and off a shelf repeatedly or reorganizing them is a good way to start rubbing them up and scratching them on the shelf edge if they're a little sharp, and or against each other, or folding the corners back. So I definitely put them in bags to prevent that. And I've had it happen to me, and that's why I insist on bagging my books. All right, let me bring a little stack over so I'm not leaning over it again. We got another Goulart. Yeah, this one. This showed this in their live stream. Heil Hibbler, $3.99. This one is probably the most valuable paperback Goulart I've come across. Pretty, and this is minty. This is super minty. Lee, Kill the Dead. 401. Very creepy looking. I like the vibes. Kind of dark. Looks like a Lee book. Looks like a Lee cover. Because it is, dummy. Moorcock, The Golden Barge. This guy cracks me up every time. And I think there's another. The reprint has a different cover art, if I remember correctly. But this guy is like spazzing out, or it's like alien Michael Jackson with the, I don't know. It's hilarious though. And another Lee, Day by Night, 408. Pretty cover. Thick boy book, thicker than usual. She has a few on here that are really big. I think the birth grave is quite thick. Vance, The Book of Dreams. This is the 5th and final Demon Princess novel, 416. Uh-oh. Fold it over the corner. So here's another bad thing you can do with a bag. You can sometimes actually fold a corner over when you pull these in. So that is one negative to be careful for. So I need to go back after this and fix that. That bothers me. I need to fix this jacket because it's all wrinkled. Also, when you put these on, try to put them on tight. Because if they're loose, it does what this jacket did and gets all crinkled up. But if they're tight, and the skinny books, it's easier to do it with. So this is Dust of the Far Suns, 417. The book is minty, but you can see the bag is. So when they get all moved and smashed together, it'll kind of crease up, but whatever. You only see them on the spines when they're on the shelf anyway. So Vance, Maroon, Alice Store, 933. It's a trippy cover. Not sure what's totally going on there. Really nice copy. But again, I have most of the doll Vances. I think I'm missing a couple. I had a lot more of hers. This is Cherry, Down Below Station. Pretty nice copy. It has a little value. I think this one to Hugo. I had a ton of cherries. I've sold some. There's so many. There's just so many of this series. Like there's 30, 40. So maybe I'll I don't know if I've sold them all. I have some still, but anyway, it's just a lot. Hero of the Stone Age by Carter, 423. I haven't seen a Carter in a little while. Have you forgot about him? You miss him yet? Again, dinosaur book, looks like. Or like it's like the Flintstones. Oh, here's one. This one might be get edited on YouTube. 430, Drew Mendelson, The Pilgrimage. Cover art, it's kind of sexy. The actual description of the book sounds intriguing. That's why I've kept it. I've almost gotten rid of this one just because, like, who's Drew Mendelson? Why is this book any good? But read about the premise of it. Seems cool. Selby, Blood County. I think this is Presertia, 436. I have the, oh, you know what? I have the other, and it's not on my shelf. It's on a box. I'm going to keep both Selbys. And these have a little value to them. A little hard to find, too. And that one's really nice. Another Landis, The Magic of Camelot. So this is like part of his Camelot series. 437. I think I have all or maybe two of the three. Flow My Tears, 438. The Policeman Said by PKD, Philip K. Dick. Nice copy. All right. And yep, this one. Another Goulart, The Robot in the Closet. This pirate robot looking dude. Or yeah, 439. And a Cherry, Wave Without a Shore, 444. And Lee, Delusions Masters, another one of the Master Series. This one is not as minty as I'd like. It's a little rough, but I don't see these often, so probably valuable. I haven't checked it in a bit, or whenever I bought it and put it on my shelf. This one's got a little rough. I need to upgrade this one. I like the cover though. Philiphant, King of Argent, 447. Look at this. This is just the action and the environment on that. It's so cool, but it's probably acceptable to keep in this shape. Carter, Dario of the Bronze Age, 451. Interesting cover. Sorry, my fingers. I'll do a better job of showing you more of the art. Showboat World, Vance, very nice clean copy, 453. Pretty colors used on this art, or on this cover. And this one, they talked about this in the stream. Amaro, 459. I got these for great deals from Diesel, and these are minty. I don't have 3, but I need to read those. I've heard good things. The Cat People, The Pride of Chanur, 464, Cherry. Yeah, it's a furry cover. Sharon Green, The Warrior Within. Okay, so kind of like Joe Clayton, Sharon Green also has sexy girl covers. 470. Don't know. I haven't read any of her books, but kind of that sword and sorcery, sexy girl stuff. The Gray Prince by Vance, 473. Told you there's going to be a lot of Vances and Lees. You didn't believe me? Well, you probably did. And another obligatory Carter, Eric of Xanthodon. Kind of looks like that last. It's got to be the same artist as the Daria of the Bronze Age. Has to be. They look too similar. The Narrow Land by Vance, 490. Really pretty cover, pretty copy of a book. Minty. Man Shape. It's not, I guess it's kind of my man shape. A circle, sphere. Number 498 by Brunner. I've had more Brunners. The problem is I sold some of them because a lot of the Brunner dolls I find are kind of roughed up and not pretty. So the Destiny Doll by Simac, 502. Nice copy. I've read one Simac. It was all right. The Steel Czar, 503 by Moorcock, and I think this one has 2 different covers. The reprint's a different cover, I think, than this Stalin-looking robot. Landis, another one of the Camelot books, I think. 505, Home to Avalon. Keswick, an adult fantasy. Carter. I think this one has a little value, and mine's not the cleanest. Borderline to be upgraded. Oh yeah, here's a cool one. Really clean copy. Niftaline, number 508, and this is basically minty, I think. Probably got a little value to it. Got a great deal on this. I think I got it for 15 bucks from Diesel, MJ, and whatnot. So again, you can get awesome book deals and whatnot. Just saying. And last stack into the 500s. Oh yeah, this is a cool cover. 514 Simac Out of Their Minds. The devil guy cleaning his teeth with his pointed tail. I always enjoyed this. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be kind of satirical, kind of funny. Lee, Red as Blood. 513. Looks like a Lee cover. And if you forgot about him, here's Mr. Jack Vance, The Blue World, 527. Very minty copy. So a lot of these minty, these are like forever keeper copies for me. So it's kind of fun to say. One of the last Diadem novels, Ghost Hunt, 529. Little booty, not as in your face as the other ones. A little subdued. Pretty cool cover. Watching the dragon pterodactyls fly. Oh, another green, An Oath to Maida. This is Amazon Warrior 2, 532. This is a thick boy. This is a chonker, as you can tell. So the big ones I don't put in the little bags because they don't fit. I get the Manga Digest bags for a lot of us whatnot sellers out there, collectors at least I know do. And then to not make them like sliding around in the bag, I'll fold them over and tape them up. So these are a little more pain to take in and out, but how often am I really pulling them in and out of bags? And it keeps them nice, the bag's tight and the book's nice and clean. Bailey the Zen Gun. This reminds me of what, the Zap Gun by PKD. You know, I like at least the way they did the art in this. It's not the typical spaceship art. It's pretty cool. 541. Just a few more left. Maybe 10 left. 12 left. Pertil, The Mirror of Helen. 549. It's a minty shape, but the yellow, that's a little more subdued there. But the yellow on the spines there, I think this is just the way they printed that with that kind of a white. Presertia, The Deadly Sky, 515. I've had all the Presertias and I sold them on whatnot. And I kind of regret it because they were all minty and I want them back. I have 2 now. So I'm going to try to get the other ones again. Anakar, Lee, 548. Not the cleanest. It's got a little bookstore mark off the price there. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'll probably keep it. Or I am keeping it. I'm probably not going to upgrade it. Cheon of the Welterland by Charlotte Stone. I kept this because it's 552 of the beautiful Boris art. You got to love that. I think it's great. Another Simac, Our Children's Children, number 555. Sorry, the crinkling's loud. Dick and Zelazny, 559, Deus Erai. And I think this might have 2 different covers. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think. All right. Last stretch. Sharon Green, More Sexy Barbarians, 560. This looking more Conan-esque. Pretty clean copy. Daniel Walther, The Book of Shy, 563. Kind of looks fantasy, sword and science fantasy-esque. Really nice. Oh yeah, here's Amaro 2, 566. Not an easy book to find. Has some value. Now, for you don't know, there is a Black Tarzan version. So it was this, but it said like, had a little blurb about being Black Tarzan. And then they got sued, which I think that Stream said. But there are some of the very, very first printings that say Black Tarzan. I've seen 3 of them on Whatnot. Diesel MJ Picks had 3 of them. Jordan bought one. I know another collector who watches, I think, my channel some too. Edwara also got one. And then I think Diesel MJ, they kept one personally. So And the one that Jordan got, he ended up paying another $300. So it's like a $350, $400 book. So if you find it says the Black Tarzan. Without the Black Tarzan, I think it's like a $50 book. 50, 60 maybe. In this nice condition, maybe a little more. I don't know. But pretty cool. FYI. Temestara by Lee, 569. The Indian Nights. Really clean. Another PKD with this iconic, this is a Bob Pepper cover, I believe. 575. A Scanner Darkly. One of the harder to find ones in my collection. Really cool. Very, very clean. Second to last, The Face by Jack Vance. It doesn't have a number. I don't remember what the number is. I think it slots in somewhere. Every now and then you'll see some of these dolls that they've missed the number on there. I don't know why that happened. I don't know if it's a misprint or if it's purposeful or it's just extra. Maybe one of you guys know the answer to that. I do not. Last one, but not least. 577. Another Amazon book, Sharon Green, Sexy Girl. Chosen of Mida. Or Mida. Yeah, Mida, I think. Little nudity. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get me. But that'll be it. That is all my dolls I currently have. If I get more, you'll see them on my collection pickup videos, and then I'll try to slot them in my shelf somewhere. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more collection run-throughs like this, just tell me so in the comments, and I'll be glad to do so. I probably want to do more content than I can read and review books, so we'll show off covers, we'll show off collection stuff. So thank you again. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.